Can you take the light from us?
I'm pulling you over.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm doing an immigration inspection.
Oh, you're doing an immigration inspection?
Yes, sir. Are you okay? Are you under?
Are you high?
Questions?
No, I don't answer questions.
Okay, we're gonna have to wait for a canine because you went around the checkpoint. There was
okay.
there was no traffic through there.
Right.
And usually, when there's a lot of traffic, they go through that road.
Yes, you came out here yelling at me.
Of course I did.
Okay, so you've admitted that you came out here yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at you.
You admit that you pulled us both out of the car for no reason?
No reason. And
Today we're talking about how rookie cops' first day on the job ended in a total disaster, but not in the way you might think. Instead of serving and protecting, these officers' choices turned to chaos, leaving citizens shocked and questioning how much power a badge should really give. Let's get started.
Everything you're saying is not illegal, right?
I'm saying it's not illegal.
All right, so why are you pulling me over?
You went around the checkpoint.
Right, so why are you pulling me over?
I need to do an immigration inspection. I didn't want to go through.
The police stopped a man in the middle of the night. Now, you know how officers usually walk up to a driver's door and the driver rolls down the window to talk, right? Well, let's just say these cops got it wrong from the very beginning. Maybe because they were rookie cops on their first day, or maybe because they had been trained to always have it their way. Whatever the reason, things were about to get a whole lot worse.
Come through this side. It doesn't roll down. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Come through this side. Come through this side. Come through this side. Come through this side.
Man.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey,
Where are you?
Anybody else with you today?
Where are you, man?
It's like Agent Ramos with the Border Patrol. I'm stopping you because
Where
you went around.
The cops introduced themselves as Border Patrol and claimed they stopped him because he had bypassed a checkpoint. Here was the irony. They admitted that this was not a crime, so they admitted there was no real basis, yet they kept him anyway. If you still didn't believe this looked like an abuse of power, remember that the law required reasonable suspicion, not just a vague feeling because you didn't like someone.
Around the checkpoint.
What?
You went around the checkpoint. You did see the checkpoint on 35?
So, why'd you pull me over?
I'm doing an immigration inspection.
Okay. Did I cross the border or what?
There's a checkpoint on 35.
Okay. I didn't go through the checkpoint.
I'm sorry?
I didn't go through the checkpoint.
I know. You went around the checkpoint on the West Texas.
So Can you take the light from us?
I'm pulling you over.
Because
I'm doing an immigration inspection.
Oh, you're doing an immigration inspection?
Yes, sir. Are you okay? Are you under?
Are you high?
Are you? You're starting your speech.
Am I?
Yeah.
You're kind of hesitant on answering my questions.
Your question. I'm answering your question.
Can you take the light from us?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
You need me to call ambulance for you or anything like that?
You need an ambulance?
No, sir. I'm fine.
You have backup or no?
Don't worry about that. I'm asking you. I'm doing.
You need an ambulance?
This cop started asking the driver if he was on drugs or even if he needed medical help. Seriously? The man answered clearly, yet the officer treated him like a drunk. To me, this sounded more like intimidation than real concern. When they had no legal reason, they tried to create one by pretending the person looked suspicious, and their questions were only getting stranger.
Ambulance? You want me to call 911?
I'm doing an immigration inspection. Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not. Are you fine? You're starting your speech right now.
Is your body cam on or no?
Of course it is.
It doesn't look on.
It doesn't. It's on right now. Don't worry about that. I know you're recording too. It's okay.
Okay, so...
I'm doing an immigration inspection. Anybody else with you tonight?
You pulled me over, right?
Yeah.
Right. You know what you need to pull me over?
Probable cause.
Probable cause? Yeah, I think you're a rookie.
No, sir. Don't worry about how long I've been in.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you need a lower standard from
I'm sorry?
You need a lower standard from probable cause. You need reasonable suspicion.
Okay, that's fine. That's up to you. You know that.
It's up to me?
That's fine. That everyone has their opinion.
It's up to me?
No, I'm
It's
saying it's fine with you. Anyway,
It's up to the law.
are you a citizen,
you have
sir?
reasonable suspicion to
Are
pull
you
me
a-
over?
The talk kept circling around reasonable suspicion. The driver calmly explained that a stop needed a legal reason, and the cop admitted that going around the checkpoint was not against the law. Yet, he still gave that as his excuse. If you thought this was normal, ask yourself, wasn't the whole legal system built on a clear line between legal and illegal? How did this cop even get the job?
You have reasonable suspicion to pull me
Of
over?
course I do. You went around the checkpoint.
Oh, that's illegal?
No, what I'm saying is I
Oh,
gotta do an immigration
okay.
inspection. I didn't want to go northbound.
Oh,
And
you
stopped
gotta
at the
do-
store.
Okay.
What was that reason for?
Okay, so I can stop at the store or what?
Yeah, but you didn't get down here.
Everything you're saying is not illegal, right?
I'm saying it's not illegal.
All right, so why are you pulling me over?
I'm telling you went around the checkpoint.
Right, so why
I
are you
need to
pulling me
do an
over?
immigration inspection. I didn't want to go around the checkpoint.
Why
So
are
I
you?
didn't know you're a
need
citizen.
you need reasonable suspicion to pull me over.
I just did right now. I just told you you were my reasonable suspicion. Are you okay?
Is that illegal?
I told you no, but I didn't do an immigration inspection.
So nothing I've done is illegal, but you pulling me over.
Sorry?
Nothing I've done is illegal,
I'm
but
not
you're
saying
still.
it's illegal,
Uh-huh.
but I'm saying you went around the checkpoint. So I need to do immigration
Is that
inspection.
illegal?
If you would say, well,
The driver asked to speak with a supervisor, and the cop promised to call one. Honestly, it was the only right thing he did that night, and here was the absurd part. If they had admitted the stop had no basis, why were they still pretending to follow the law? If you still didn't believe it, just look, everything came down to authority, not the law.
Border
Is that
Patrol.
illegal?
United States Border Patrol. Do you have an ID
Is,
on you,
is
sir?
going around the checkpoint illegal?
I already told you no.
Okay, then what are we
you,
doing
are
here?
you
What
hearing my answers?
What are we doing
Are you
here?
hearing my answers?
What are we doing here?
Pulled you over because you went around the checkpoint.
You have a supervisor?
Of course.
Okay.
Do you have an ID on you? What's your
You have a
name?
supervisor?
Yeah, I'll call him right now.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll wait for him.
Then, Supervisor Garcia showed up. Instead of fixing the situation, he brought a whole new tactic, calling the K9 unit. In other words, we had no reason, so let's bring a dog and hope it smells something. If that didn't look like fishing instead of an investigation, I didn't know what did. No wonder the cops under his command acted the way they did.
Good evening, sir. Supervisor Garcia.
¿Qué dice García?
Today, ¿cómo está?
Bien, bien.
¿Español o inglés?
Lo que sea.
The supervisor tried to justify reasonable suspicion by citing the case Terry versus Ohio, but even that ruling required clear signs of a crime, and here, the only evidence was that the driver chose a different route. If you didn't see how weak that was, ask yourself, should you be stopped every time you turn onto a side street?
Lo que sea. Where are you
Yeah.
from, sir?
I don't answer questions.
You don't have to answer any questions?
No, I don't answer questions.
Okay, we're gonna have to wait for a canine because you went around the checkpoint. There was
Oh,
there was no traffic through there.
Right.
And usually, when there's a lot of traffic, they go
Uh-huh.
through that road.
Okay.
And that road they use it to circumvent the checkpoint.
To
Like
circumvent?
Circumvent to go
Right.
around to avoid
Right.
detection or an immigration inspection.
Right.
Right now, we're gonna have our canine come in and do a thorough search. Is there anybody in the vehicle?
You have reasonable suspicion?
Yes, under Terry versus Ohio, United States Court, the agent has reasonable suspicion because you're going around the checkpoint, sir.
So that's enough reasonable suspicion?
Yes, sir. Like I said,
Going around the checkpoint?
you're going around the checkpoint. It's
So-
a highly trafficked.
So that's illegal?
I'm not here to argue.
Is that illegal?
It's not illegal, but
Okay,
the
so
agent
it's
has
not illegal.
reasonable suspicion for stopping you for an
Okay,
immigration
reasonable
inspection.
suspicion of what crime?
Because of immigration. If you wanted to talk to us,
The driver kept insisting he had done nothing illegal. The cops repeated the phrase, "You bypassed the checkpoint like parrots," but never linked it to any real violation. To me, this sounded like plain harassment. In a country where justice was supposed to rest on laws, here we saw the law twisted into circular logic. We stopped you because we stopped you.
supervisor, right?
You believe I'm not a U.S. citizen, or?
I don't believe, but you don't allow us to check in the back. I don't know if there's anybody else in the back. The agents can't see in the back.
Okay, so you suspect?
Yes.
Wait,
Where are you from,
you
sir?
suspect I have somebody in the back?
The agent has reasonable suspicion to stop you.
Right. So
You
you
went around the
suspect?
checkpoint.
You suspect I'm not a U.S. citizen?
You already told me you're a U.S. citizen.
All right. You suspect I have somebody in the back?
I don't suspect there's somebody, but I think he has reasonable suspicion because you're going around the checkpoint.
Is that illegal?
Why didn't you go through a checkpoint?
Is that illegal?
It's not illegal, sir.
Okay.
It's not illegal, but he has reasonable suspicion to stop you because there was no traffic through the area.
Reasonable suspicion means you believe I've committed some sort of illegal activity.
No, there's no probable cause. It's when you have committed a
Probable
crime.
cause is a higher standard than reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion still means
The driver reminded them of the case Rodriguez versus United States, where the Supreme Court clearly said a stop could not be extended without cause, but the cops ignored him. If you still thought this was legitimate, read that case. The court was crystal clear. What we saw here was a law in action, but cops testing how far they could go before someone sued them.
that you must suspect I committed some sort of crime of immigration.
Are you a lawyer, sir, or do you work for law enforcement?
I am very
just wondering.
competent in
No,
the
I
law.
understand.
I am
I
very
understand.
competent in the law.
Okay, so is there a complaint from you? They call the supervisor.
Right,
Or you
because
just
I'm
wanna-
being
you just
detained.
wanted to
I'm
educate
being
me, or
detained without reasonable suspicion.
You're not.
You haven't articulated reasonable suspicion. The officer,
the agent articulated to you?
the agent has not articulated any sort of reasonable
We already
suspicion.
told you. You went around the checkpoint when there's no traffic.
That's not illegal.
It's a highly trafficked area.
That's not illegal.
Tractor trailers, vehicles.
That's not illegal.
What do you mean it's not illegal?
How does that?
Do you know how
How
many?
does that?
Sir, let me talk.
How does that
You wanted
tie
to talk to the
me?
supervisor? Let me talk to the supervisor.
How does that tie me to some sort of crime?
previous
me
cases,
personally.
sir, previous cases through there ties you up to a possible smuggling scheme. Okay.
Okay.
There's previous cases through there. In the last.
The talk kept going back to reasonable suspicion. The cops tried to link the driver to past smuggling cases, but that was just collective guilt because someone once used that road. He was now a suspect. Imagine being stopped just because someone with the same car color had broken the law before. It sounded extreme, but that was exactly what these cops were doing.
In the last week, we've gotten 10 to 15 smuggling cases through there.
Okay.
They use that road a lot.
What
to
do I
traffic.
have to do with any of that?
We need to check every vehicle.
Right.
Every vehicle that goes around the checkpoint, we check it. Especially that there was no traffic going through the checkpoint and you went around.
Okay. So you believe I'm part of some sort of scheme, or
That's what we're here to investigate.
so you don't believe any of that, but you're still detaining me?
I'm detaining you he's detaining you for an immigration inspection
Right.
to conduct a further investigation because you went around the checkpoint
That's
when
illegal,
there was
right?
no traffic.
All right.
That's his reasonable suspicion there.
All right. The reasonable suspicion. You need some sort of.
Sir, I'm not gonna
crime.
argue here with you.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna wait for the canine. You're not
So
gonna
I'm
allow
still,
us to check.
I'm still being detained, right?
You are.
Okay.
You
Even though
He
there's
hasn't.
even
Are those lights
e-
still on, sir?
even
The driver explained the difference between probable cause and reasonable suspicion, but the cop insulted him, calling him stupid. When the state power turned to insults instead of arguments, it showed weakness. To me, this looked more like a school bully than a law officer. Or even worse, like someone who had been bullied before and now needed to prove he was the one in charge.
Even though Rodriguez,
Turn around, sir.
even though U.S. versus Rodriguez says you cannot detain me beyond
I don't know if-
the
I
scope,
don't know if you're
beyond the
saying-
scope of your detainment of your
You are
of your
detained
stop.
right now because of
All right,
investigative stop.
Okay.
Terry
now-
versus Ohio court case, Supreme Court case. You're competent, right?
Terry versus-
What's Terry versus Ohio?
Terry versus Ohio. You know what?
What is it?
You know what you need?
What is it?
You know
Yes.
what you need?
What is it?
A crime. You need a crime. You need to believe
No,
that
you need,
you need
the
to
agent.
believe-
I'm not gonna argue with
you
you.
need-
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you.
because you're stupid.
You see those lights
you're
on?
dumb.
You
you're
see-
dumb.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
stupid.
Okay.
Terry
Now
versus
you're
Ohio.
insulting me.
Yes. Terry versus Ohio requires
I'm talking to you with respect.
requires you to believe that I committed some sort of a crime.
Okay, well, we're gonna wait
That's
for the.
Terry
We're gonna
versus
get for the,
Ohio.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay.
You don't.
No.
So you're still being
don't let-
detained.
You're being detained.
You're still.
Yes.
You still have me
We need to
detained.
check inside the vehicle if there's anything illegal in there.
You
Any
suspect.
people.
You suspect I have.
I didn't make the stop, sir.
All right.
Okay,
Where's your
the
agent?
agent made the
Where's
stop.
your agent?
He already spoke to
The funniest part was that these cops didn't hate the man for arguing with them, but for knowing his rights. When someone knew their rights, it made it harder for cops to stay in control, and that hurt their ego. That was the real problem, and because of that, watch what the supervisor did next. It would shock you.
you.
All right.
You wanted to talk to the
Your
supervisor. I'm
agent
here.
didn't suspect I have narcotics. Didn't suspect I have
I don't know.
bodies.
Did you explain to him?
I said he went around the checkpoint. After immigration inspection, I asked him, is anybody in the vehicle? And he didn't want to answer any questions.
All right.
Why didn't you go through the checkpoint?
Do I have to go through a checkpoint?
Yes, you do.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So going through the access road is
I'm not gonna
illegal?
talk to you because you believe everything that I say is stupid. So I'm not gonna talk to you.
No, because
You said you wanted to talk to
You're saying-
intelligent person, right?
Did I
I'm
say
here.
that?
No, you're being a with me. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm not
You're
trying.
being with me. You're
I'm not trying to
detaining me
argue.
without reasonable suspicion.
I'm not
You
detaining
don't
you.
even
I'm
know
not
what
the
Terry
officer.
versus Ohio is, man.
Okay. Did you go to school? Did you go to immigration law school? Did you go to Border Patrol Academy?
What, 5 months, 6 months? That
The
makes
supervisor introduced himself as the final authority, saying there was no one above him. The irony? Every institution had a chain of command and a way to appeal. When an officer claimed he had the highest authority, that was the most dangerous thing he could say. I mean, what would happen if a regular citizen had no one to appeal to? That wasn't protection, it was small-scale tyranny.
that makes you competent in the law now?
Yeah.
6 months training?
Yeah, we'll call DPS. He doesn't want to identify himself. Call DPS.
You have a supervisor?
I'm the supervisor.
You have a supervisor?
What do you mean a supervisor?
You have a supervisor.
I'm the supervisor. You see this in the color? This is being is
You
my
have a supervisor?
You don't have to talk to anybody above me. I'm the supervisor in the field, sir.
You have. I'm asking if you have a supervisor. I'm not.
I'm not DPS.
I'm not requesting your supervisor. I'm just
Yes.
asking. Do you have a supervisor?
I am the supervisor.
Do you have a supervisor? I'm not asking for a
I
supervisor.
don't have a supervisor above me right now.
You don't?
No. I'm the one in
So
charge
you
of
don't
this
report.
area.
You don't report
I'm
to
in
anyone.
charge of this area, sir.
I'm not asking right at this moment. I'm just asking if you
Yes,
have a
if you want to do a
supervisor.
formal complaint,
What
you
is
can call
the,
the station.
what is the name of your supervisor?
The cops called the state patrol and decided to hold the driver until the dog arrived. Again, not a single piece of evidence was a crime, and no, this wasn't normal procedure. Extended detention without reason was illegal. Is it just me, or are we watching the law being bent only to cover someone's stubbornness? And the wait was about to get darker.
My name is Supervisor J Man.
J Man.
Yeah,
And
Jared.
what is he?
He's a watch commander.
Watch commander?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's his rank.
Yes, sir.
And your rank?
Supervisor Border Patrol.
Or what's the R stand for?
R. Garcia, Raul Garcia.
Road? Okay.
Yeah. We'll just wait for DPS and do a canine search, and you're good to go. Okay.
So you're waiting for DPS to
You
for
don't want
the
to identify
canine.
yourself.
Oh,
You need
okay,
to know
okay.
if you're wanted or anything like that.
Oh, you
sir.
need to know that too.
Yes.
So you suspect I'm wanted.
I don't suspect that I'm wanted,
So-
but that's procedure that we have to do.
So you don't suspect I committed a crime. You don't suspect I have narcotics. You don't suspect I have bodies. You don't suspect
Like I said, sir,
I
it's
have
not,
warrants.
It's not my stop.
You still
It's not my
detaining me?
stop. It's not my
You're the
stop.
supervisor.
I'm here to talk to you if you have a complaint.
You're the supervisor.
I'm not here to argue with the agent why he stopped you or ask him why he stopped
So
you.
even though you know that the agent doesn't have reasonable suspicion,
Have
you're
you-
still
have you-
allowing.
Have you seen me
All right,
talk to him?
I'll-
Let me go talk to him.
All right,
Any weapons in the vehicle, sir?
I don't answer questions, man.
Okay. Right now, safety is priority for us.
Right, my safety is more important than you.
Okay.
Yeah, my
So
safety.
there's no weapons in there.
My safety is important. Right.
The driver was asked about weapons in the car, but he refused to answer because he knew his rights. The cops insisted their safety was the priority. The irony? A citizen's rights were supposed to matter just as much. The scene turned grotesque as the cops kept repeating the same lines while holding him. It was like an endless loop, no cause, no authority. While they waited, the whole scene turned almost absurd. The so-called supervisor went over to the rookie cop, whose first day on the job ended in total disaster. But let's be real, they just needed an excuse to huddle and agree on the next move. In their case, two minds were stronger than one. Finally, the canine unit arrived. Honestly, if it weren't so sad, it might have been funny how sure the cops were that they stood above the law and could do whatever they wanted. If they put this much effort into chasing real criminals, imagine where they'd be. What do you think? Would they find anything suspicious in his car? Write in the comments. The supervisor tried to justify himself by talking about drugs or smuggling on that route, but that was just pure generalization. If you still believe those excuses, remember this: the legal system didn't punish people for being similar to criminals, only for clear evidence. Anything else was profiling and discrimination. Still, he had a few more excuses up his sleeve.
We're good to go. Dress safely, okay? If you need anything from us, give us a call. Okay?
All right. So you determine what?
You're good to go. We only needed a canine sniff. You're good to go. I understand you don't want us to let it. We're doing it more for safety, sir.
Right.
We don't know what we can. You know how. You don't know what you encounter in this field.
I understand. Right? I understand what you're trying to do, but I mean that's.
It's because you need to think in the situation that we are at right now. Like,
I understand.
There's a lot of smuggling attempts that go through that road.
I understand.
I don't know if you know about that road.
No. Of course, I understand.
It's notorious for human narcotics smuggling pursuits that lead to accidents and stuff like that.
I understand
We're
that.
just doing our job.
Right.
The driver explained he understood the risks and the importance of fighting crime, but reminded them that this was still a country of laws. The cop nodded. Yet it was clear law wasn't his focus, authority was. He could pretend all he wanted now, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could erase what he had shown that night. And as we saw, he hadn't shown anything good.
And I completely understand, but that doesn't mean that everyone is.
No, I understand. I understand not everybody, but there is some bad people that ruin it for,
I understand.
for
I
other
understand.
people.
I
You
understand.
know what I mean?
And I don't believe I'm a bad person by exercising my rights.
I understand you're trying to make
If
a
you want to
point.
feel at ease now that I'm released, I can open the trunk for you.
No, that's fine.
If that's good for you.
If you want us to look
windows.
inside.
I mean,
I understand you are expressing your right and you're trying to make a point.
Right.
But you need to understand that we are also trying to protect this country.
I understand. No, I completely
you don't know
understand.
what could be going through there.
Yeah.
Terrorist, a kid.
And I completely
hostage.
understand. I completely understand, but this is a country of laws.
Yeah.
Right, and not only we supposed to follow laws, you as a law enforcement
We're
officer.
enforcing law.
Right.
It's the little
But you.
In the end, the cops tried to soften the scene, saying it was all for safety, but safety could never excuse trampling on rights. Congratulations. They showed just how foolish cops could be, and if you thought they were the only ones full of themselves, wait until you hear about the cops who violated citizens' rights in front of children. Speaking of times when a rookie cop's first day on the job ended in total disaster, this time we had fresh cops who stopped a family. The whole case began with the cops ordering the passengers to stand in front of their car and banning them from using their phones right away. It was clear they wanted full control, even though there was no sign of danger. And if you wondered why they were stopped, well, it didn't matter. Soon the cops would go so far that nothing else would.
No, stand in the front of the car. Both of you guys stand in the front of the car.
I can't believe this is like this. Yeah?
You're making a sin over not being able to follow the simple instructions.
We followed all the instructions there, boss.
I'm supposed to talk to you.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Zane, call my mom. Tell her
No,
to come
ma'am,
get you guys.
listen to me. We're not making any phone calls on my traffic stop, okay? You can record and you can stand here and listen, but if you make a phone call, then you won't have access to your phones, okay? Because that's an officer safety.
The cop admitted he pulled the passengers out of the car for no reason and openly said, "I don't need a reason to search the car." If that didn't shock you, remember the Fourth Amendment clearly required probable cause or a warrant for a search. When an officer said he needed no reason, it showed either ignorance of the law or a clear abuse of power. Either way, it was bad.
And seeing how
Always
irate
an
you are,
officer's-
and seeing how irate you are, I'm concerned about that.
Am I
okay?
irate?
Yes, you came out here yelling at me.
Of course I did.
Okay,
Because you're
so you've admitted that you came out here yelling and
I'm
irate.
not yelling at
Do
you,
you admit that you
ma'am.
pulled us both out of the car for no
For
reason?
no reason. And
I
you're
did not
trying to
admit that I pulled you out
search
of
my
the
car
car for
for
no
no
reason.
You don't
reason.
even need a reason.
You do
You don't need a reason?
need a
How do you not
legal
need a reason to pull somebody out of a
I'll just point it
car?
out for you.
Okay, that's fine. I
Okay,
don't care about the
okay.
pulling out of the car, but
Yeah,
the
thank
searching
you.
the car, I have the right to refuse search and seizure.
You
You don't
absolutely
have
do.
to,
And that's
okay?
what you've done.
And that's what
Yeah.
I've done. But you don't get to sit here and extend the stop because you want to wait for a canine to come out. That's
Okay,
insanity.
At this point in time, I have
I'm
enough
not
reasonable
doing
suspicion to
any-
extend the stop.
For
Okay,
what?
can you explain what it
No, I
is?
don't
Tell
have to
me.
explain that to
You
you.
Because you
do,
don't have
though.
it.
I do have it in
What
my
is
report.
it?
Reflect
What
that.
is it?
You are,
Okay, I
you are
would love to
so
hear it, though.
confident in it,
No.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this job for a
Oh,
very,
that's
very
fine.
long time, okay?
Okay.
Very
Please tell
long
me.
time. I have
I'm
done this
learning.
for-
The drivers asked for an explanation, and the cop told them to go to law school if they wanted answers. That was classic humiliation. Instead of clearly explaining the reason for the stop, he played the authority card. This kind of attitude destroys trust in institutions. If an ordinary citizen couldn't rely on the law, but had to become a lawyer, then the law no longer existed equally for everyone.
I want to
I know
learn.
what I'm doing, okay?
I want to learn.
Okay, well,
So,
go to
what-
law school or go to police
No,
academy.
darling,
okay?
you tell me. What law are
I'm
you
not gonna
enforcing?
teach lessons
What
on how to
do
do my
you
job.
suspect me of doing?
Just let it go.
Like I said, I
Y'all
don't have
sound
to
like you already know how to do our job better than
Oh,
us.
here we go.
What it sound like.
Oh, God.
A couple lawyers
Oh,
up
my
here.
God.
Just because we have questions and disagreements, that makes us a problem?
I
Like,
didn't say problem. I said lawyers.
okay,
Y'all
so
sound
so
like you guys
you're
are familiar.
negative. It's something. It's an issue.
I'll go print out the Supreme Court case law.
I know what
Okay.
it is. It's probably the MIMS or
Yeah.
the, you know,
Pennsylvania versus
yeah,
MIMS and
exactly. I
Maryland v.
know where
Wilson.
they can rip people out of the car for officer safety. I'm well aware.
But what about
What
our
am I
family
doing?
outing seemed
yeah,
unsafe?
we're on a family
Like,
outing. What am
I
I
don't
doing
know.
that says officer safety
You have a brake
or
light out,
you
so
need
It's not
you're-
my stop. It's
you're-
her stop. So you
Canine.
have to ask her.
Ugh.
I just don't.
The passengers quoted the Supreme Court in cases like Pennsylvania versus Mims, but the cop twisted it and used it as an excuse. Instead of admitting it was just a family outing with no risk, he invented danger where none existed. The irony was that citizens had to teach cops about their own rights. I mean, weren't they supposed to be the law enforcement?
Understand what's so
This
dangerous
is
about
crazy.
a family? Like, I don't know.
All right, we're gonna get a turn, Sheila. We're doing it.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to go. I just, and I don't even have a problem with the dog. It just seems unnecessary.
I agree.
Like, I just don't understand what went so wrong from a tag light.
If there's nothing in the car.
I mean, we're not fighting you about the dog.
Right.
I don't care about that part. I just don't understand why it came to that. Why a tag light out?
If I was in
It's not a
if I
tag
was in y'all's
It's a
shoes,
brake light.
right, and I got pulled out of a car, and I knew I didn't have anything in my car, and a cop wanted to have a canine come sniff my car, I would just shut up, and that way when the canine gets here and sniffs my car and doesn't alert, I get to be like, ha, told you
But
so.
where's the
Told
line,
you
though?
so.
Where's the line?
Yeah, why is that?
Where do we get to say no? Like, where do we get to say
You
that
don't get
this
to
is?
say no to a free air sniff.
That's,
Okay.
But why do we have
Okay.
to sit
If an
here
And
and
you
wait
get to
for
just
it?
pick
officer
anybody
has-
that's good enough for
Yeah,
that.
if
Like,
an officer has sufficient reasonable suspicion,
But
which
she
don't
hasn't
ask
told
me
us
what
that.
that is. Yeah, she doesn't
Thank
have
you.
to, though. She
Yes,
doesn't
you
have
do.
to. No, you
I
don't.
promise you
No.
have to have.
Are you the
some-
one
are you
wearing a
suspecting me?
badge?
But are you suspecting me of committing
She
a crime?
doesn't have to tell you that.
Yes, you do. You have to explain those things to me.
No,
Why?
I don't.
Because if I wanted to allow
If
you to
anything
search
comes
my
of it, if
car,
anything comes of
wouldn't
it,
you tell me what
if
your
any- if
suspicion
any-
is so I can say,
It's not my
okay?
suspicion. It's her stop. If anything comes from it, then
One of the passengers asked where the line was, and when did they even have the right to say no. The cop coldly answered that he owed them nothing and would explain it to a lawyer in court. The practice showed just how far justice was from the street. If rights only existed inside a courtroom, what happened in the meantime? And more importantly, what exactly were these cops here for?
we can explain it to your lawyer in court.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to
Right?
do. You're
Yeah,
right.
Most definitely.
That's where we're at.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm glad you know.
Are you not recording?
I am. I definitely
Oh,
am.
okay.
I for sure am.
I just needed to call my mom to come get the kids. I don't want them to sit here for this.
I just don't know what else to do. Like, I don't want to get in more trouble trying to bring people over here. I really don't want to.
Y'all are just detained on a traffic
I'm
stop.
just
It's not
saying,
a
she
big deal.
said that if we bring people, then it's
Just
going to be a
bring it.
problem,
It's
and
not
I
a
don't
big
want
deal.
it
Yeah,
to
Get
be
us
a
out of here like
problem.
criminals with two cars pulled behind us, you
hear
know?
me out. So, like, if you were to get your phone and say, I'm calling mom, right? We don't know you from anything else. We don't know who you are.
Okay. What could I possibly do?
Imagine, because this is a situation that's happened before where someone's like, hey, I'm gonna call my parents and get my car, or yada yada.
What if I wanted to call my lawyer?
Call yada yada. I don't care if you do that, but you're not getting your phone right now. I should have brought it out of the car.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I want to
then
call
you
my
call
lawyer.
somebody, right? Say you call your friend right around the corner with a gun, right? And that becomes an officer safety issue. So
You
that's why she's
guys.
saying it becomes an officer
You
safety
guys,
issue.
why are
I'm
we...
just articulating.
I know, but why are we treating
You know.
everybody like they're a
Do
suspect
we
from
look
the
like
beginning?
people that have... I don't know.
We're not singling y'all out. First thing we're talking is fair and
The family decided to call the mother to pick up the kids, but the cops blocked them, using officer safety as the excuse. How absurd was it to treat children as a threat? They were so desperate for authority that they even enjoyed wasting the time of an innocent child who had nothing to do with the situation.
partial police
Yeah.
and everything. So,
Sure. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated. I apologize. I'm
25, 099. The 27 came back to the same name, same address, class
And I thought that registration was in there. We got to get that up front, darling. I think it's in your dad's little folder. Yeah. In the trunk.
Yeah, I guess I left it in the thing. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't know it wasn't in the glove box.
It's not a big deal, babe.
She said you can look up the registration anyway. The important part was my license and my insurance.
but be careful though with highway patrol and stuff like that, because they're known for issuing citations more than like we do. I don't get that.
The cops gave tips on how to keep documents on a phone while the family still waited for the canine. It was pure hypocrisy. On one hand, they acted friendly, But on the other, the kids sat by the car while being treated like criminals. In this paradox, the manipulation was clear, and if you thought it couldn't get worse, just wait, it would.
I don't issue tickets like for anything, unless it's like stupid reckless. But per state law, you are required to have proof of registration. Although we can look it up, just be careful. It's safe to have it in the car in case.
I promise it's in there unless you just let. I have this manila envelope.
You don't even have to have it on your person. You just have to have.
I gave it.
I snap a picture. Snap a picture to keep in your camera roll.
That's a good idea.
Okay,
I
that's a
have
good
to
point. That is a good point. I can do that.
I tell people to do that with like their insurance card, like create a folder in like your camera roll or something, or like on your files app on your phone with his current registration insurance. The only thing you gotta have on your person is your license. So.
And then if she's driving the car, she needs to have a copy of it as well. That way, if she pulls when you're not with her, she has access to it. Because if not, we don't have any way of proving insurance. And if we can't prove insurance, we're supposed to tow the vehicle because it's a liability on our end. If we stop you, you don't have insurance on the car.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
She is covered, but yeah, that is a good point. I can send it to her.
Do you know how much longer this is going to be?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they'd tell us even if they did. Wish I would have brought my stupid vape outside. This is stupid.
The parents desperately pointed out that the kids had to sit through the whole circus, even while the dog circled the car. Could anyone really justify a child's trauma as police procedure? And years from now, some new cops would wonder why this boy hated the police. Who would tell him why?
It's just so now my kids have to be in there when the dog goes around that too. Like I said, so now my daughter has to be there. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's hard not to be upset when we have
I'm
kids
not
in the
even
car
trying to
right
argue
now.
about it. I don't care about the process. It's just now my daughter's got to be privy to it too. Whether they find anything or not, which they won't. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't know.
I just want them to hurry up and get out.
Yeah, I hope he's close. Oh my gosh, man.
Don't you mess with things up.
I need new ones. Mine are bad.
The driver asked a fair question. What if the canine damaged the car? The cops quickly washed their hands of it, saying to ask the dog handlers. So state officers used the dog but pushed the responsibility onto someone else. This was the classic bureaucratic spiral where no one was accountable. Of course, they were only there for situations that suited them, nothing else.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
What happens in a situation where we go through this and the canine comes out and say the canine damages my car when he's sniffing it?
That's a good question.
What happens to that?
Yeah, we actually tell y'all to bring any questions related to canine stuff to the canine handlers because they don't train us on it.
Because I've had this happen in the past and the canine like jumped up and he actually messed up the door handle on my car. And it's still messed up now.
They didn't find anything.
Yeah, they didn't find anything, but it's just...
No, this always happens.
That's not why I brought it up. That's not why I brought it up.
I know, but it's frustrating. It feels
I know.
targeted.
We can bitch about it later.
Well, I'll tell you this. Targeting is when someone repetitively is stopping you and dealing with you and only seeking you out.
The passengers clearly said that it felt like they were being targeted. The cops, of course, denied it and claimed they were just following training, but look closely. How many cases did we need to see before realizing that training was just a shield for abuse? When a cop said that's how we're taught, it didn't mean it was lawful. It only meant the abuse was systemized. Sadly, we all saw it, but for them, this was daily life.
I've not ever met you. So targeting is a wild accusation.
I mean, as a group of like law enforcement, you guys all do the same thing around here. It seems
We
right.
all stop
But-
cars, yeah.
and you all find a reason to search them illegally. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Please don't get
you
an
can call it
argument
illegally,
again.
but based on our training and experience,
Oh, okay.
nothing we do has been illegal.
I got
When do we find out like what
I
was
can't
so
speak for
wrong?
other deputies, though.
Like the dog comes, he doesn't smell anything. Like, do we find out what was so offensive to you
No,
from
it'll
the
be in her
beginning?
report,
If the
man.
dog doesn't alert, then you'll be sent on your way, sir.
With no explanation as to what
Yeah.
No, sir, I don't
escalated
have
it to
give you
beginning with?
explanation of that, but if you would like to, you can
Okay.
look up
Full
laws and,
transparency, I
go to
love it.
police
I
academies
love
and
it.
do your training on it.
I
It
don't
would
want
have
to
to
do
come
your
from
job.
you.
I just want you to
Yeah,
explain
there's no,
yourself.
what lawyer's gonna explain?
The talk turned into a debate about suspicious behavior. The cop admitted the only reasons were attitude and tone. In other words, they had done nothing illegal but just seemed off to him. If it wasn't a dangerous kind of subjectivity, I didn't know what it was. The law stopped existing when it became nothing more than a matter of mood.
Explain to me what you're thinking. What lawyer could tell me that? If I had called a lawyer right now and asked them, what would they tell me you were
could probably,
thinking?
in today's
Like,
day and age, you could probably
you know?
ask ChatGPT, to be honest.
no, thank you.
Yeah, I could get somebody to
nobody can
take an
explain what
educated
you're
guess,
thinking
but
to us. You're
I'm
the
just-
one that did this. This was
I'm
your
curious
decision. You have
so
to
that I
explain
can
it.
take
Nobody
steps,
else can but you.
whatever I did or whatever we did to potentially escalate the situation. I'd like to not do it again. So that's my intrigue for what went
I
wrong.
mean, I think everything so far has just been conversation.
It's
We got a little heated for a second, but it's a
Because
conversation.
we're supposed to
But
just sit
that-
here and be
yeah,
like, okay,
no,
whatever
yeah.
you say. And when we don't, we're
But
suspect.
the conversation part is fine, but that doesn't explain how we went from the initial you have a brake light out to where we're at right now. That's what I don't
It's
understand.
how, like,
He
all
said
traffic
she
stops
could
go.
explain it to you.
No, well, she said she won't.
Okay, well
so
then here we are.
That's
How,
fine.
like, every traffic
I mean,
stop goes, pretty much.
I'm not gonna.
The driver asked, "What did I do that was illegal?" The cop flat out admitted nothing. So why were they waiting hours for the dog? That moment exposed the abuse best. A citizen was told he broke no law yet was still detained. But of course, they were convinced they did nothing wrong and just kept digging themselves deeper.
Gonna badger somebody
Does
about
that
it.
sound
think, like-
okay to you?
Do you think we...
Does that sound okay?
So here's what I'll explain to you. If you want to
Hold on.
know,
Hear
I'll
me
give you
out.
the very
Hear me
base
out.
reasoning and how this.
Do you
Are
think,
you
like-
gonna listen to me? You're
I
asking
am.
me.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
sorry. He was talking.
I am.
I stop a lot of cars every single day.
I
A
know.
lot.
I know.
A lot.
I can
Okay?
imagine.
And when I stop a car and they give me some kind of behavior that is
Okay.
suspicious to me,
Is that
it causes me to be on a little more of an alert. Okay, I begin asking questions, and based on your responses, your actions, your behavior, and the way you handle the stop,
so?
points me in the direction that I'm gonna go next. Okay?
Anybody
So,
that questions you?
nope, I've been questioned
This
a ton.
is
I've
where we're
I've
at?
not searched a ton of cars. My last traffic stop, I didn't search the vehicle. I didn't even ask. But again, it's
But
based
again,
on,
they handed over
it's-
their documents
it's
and didn't
based-
say a word.
It's based on behavior. Okay.
Uh-huh. But that's not
Primarily.
against the law.
Too many
I
hippie
never
guys
think
and
it's
I
Okay,
I'm
but
not
it's
going to
enough-
jail.
it's
I'm
enough
not
to-
writing you a ticket. I'm
But
not,
I'm out
not,
here like a criminal waiting
argue
for
about
a
it.
drug cop to get here. You know, a
canine
canine.
unit, not a drug
Yeah.
cop.
Well,
I didn't
Well,
call them a cop,
whatever
I'm not
they
here to
are,
talk
I
to
don't
you
know what
guys.
they are because I'm not familiar
Now we're
with all
splitting
that.
hairs.
Wait. Did you hear when the cop said that in South Carolina suspicion is enough? That was a half-truth. The law allowed detention on reasonable suspicion, but only if it pointed to a clear crime. Here, there was no crime, no evidence. Their suspicion wasn't real. It was just their hunger for power. Cops like this disgust me, and you'll see how far they kept pushing their story.
You're arguing with me like you are familiar, so I was just under the impression that you knew who they were.
I just don't want you to go to
Because I've
jail.
been through this so many times and people are targeting you, I figured you were
No,
familiar.
no, I just feel like this police force does a common behavior. There's a common
Criminal
theme going
interdiction
on.
is a common, yeah, it's a
all
trend for
law
us.
enforcement
That's our
agencies,
job, that's the
And
description of our job,
so
that's the
anybody
point of our
that
job.
questions you or doesn't agree is here.
Again, nope, I've been questioned plenty of times.
We must have done it poorly, I guess.
Nothing to do with your questioning.
Gotcha.
That's what I was gonna
So
say.
what illegal thing did I do to get
I just
a
told you
cop?
you didn't do anything illegal. If you did something illegal,
But that
you
should
didn't
be
get
enough.
going to
That's
jail.
what it should take to be.
Well,
I
that's
have
your
a.
opinion, that's not the
It
law.
shouldn't. It literally is.
So in here in South Carolina, if
All I need is
I.
reasonable suspicion to request
Yes,
a canine
like
to
I
come to the
said.
stop. I've
But what
established
is your
reasonable
reasonable
suspicion. I don't have to
articulable
explain that to
suspicion?
you.
And when
I
you
don't
get to
have
the
to explain
point
that to you.
there, she's not going to cross that point.
Okay, I
So-
just
so
there should be reasonable
like a-
And
articulable
that's your
suspicion.
opinion. That's
Okay.
how you feel.
All right,
I
then-
understand that.
Yeah,
Okay,
she's not
I guess
gonna be
we'll
the
talk
one
about
who's
it later
gonna-
in court or
yeah.
something when we fight
Even
the
if-
ticket. It's fine.
Even, I don't know. Convincing her is not going to help
Okay.
anything anyway
Okay.
right now.
All right, I
The
just
person's on
wanna
the way.
understand.
Once the dog's done, then we get to
Judging
go.
by how you sound talking right now, talking about it in court ain't gonna go any better. I'm just letting
I'm
you know.
going to
I'm just
court.
letting you know.
She won't be allowed to speak so much in court, so she will get their conversation out with the attorney initially.
The citizens mentioned court and the chance to defend themselves with a lawyer, but the cop tried to scare them more, saying it wouldn't go any better there. How are we supposed to take that? Had this small tyranny gone so far that everyone was connected and justice was out of reach? Or were these cops just so delusional that they truly believed they were always right?
And then she won't
More
have
if
to
the attorney
speak
do the
so much.
talking, yeah.
Oh, man.
Or
I'll get you both seating number.
What's up?
just
Who got?
crazy.
Oh, man.
You're
I
literally
need a
messing
lawyer's
with
number.
two law-abiding citizens that do nothing. I
That's
just
the only part
don't
that's so
understand.
discouraging is I've lived a life in the past which was pretty unsavory, and now that like I've turned the corner for quite a few years now, since my daughter was born, like I don't know, it just makes it disappointing, I guess, to hear that I still seem like that.
That would explain the defensive attitude, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
Usually people
I mean,
when they've had a past,
yeah,
and
once
stuff
you-
like
once
that,
you-
then they're
yeah.
not cool. Yeah, they.
And you've
Step
been
away from it,
mistreated
you
by
don't want
cops
to be that
before.
person.
The driver spoke about his life, that he made mistakes before but had been on the right path for years. The cops still twisted it as a defensive attitude and again labeled him as suspicious. This proved that once cops mark you, the stigma was almost impossible to erase, and yet there were still so many things left to be said here. Just wait.
I pulled over
Well, if
a
I
dude.
mistreated you today, I would like to know so I don't do it in the future.
I pulled
Is there
over
way
a
that I
guy
mistreated you
who used
today?
to be an alcoholic.
Yeah,
Just don't argue about it, please.
the only thing I would say
Sorry,
is
I didn't mean to
that
cut you
I
off,
would
sir.
just
No, you're
let you
good. I was
know
just saying, I
what
pulled over a dude who was an
the
alcoholic,
articulate
and he was like 8 years sober, but he
like,
failed
oh,
to
help
maintain
me
his lane.
understand
But
South
just to
Carolina
articulate it a
law.
little bit, that was my reasonable suspicion to believe that he might have been intoxicated, right?
A law of
Um,
right here on the side of the road, right?
yeah,
If you have
I
those
didn't-
questions, you might want to research it
I
yourself.
might
Yeah, I
exhibit,
would
if I was a
think
normal
so.
person
You
and
can
she
always
pulled me
ask a
over,
lawyer.
Yeah,
I might
I was
exhibit
nervous.
behaviors that might make her think
Or
that
at least put it in
I have
report
something to
to
hide,
help
you
me
know? Leading her to
understand.
believe, like,
Yeah.
just because she studies
my
behavior.
reports.
Okay, yeah, because just saying
But
like
stuff like that
behavior,
happened.
or
So I
I pulled
pulled him
over a
over,
lot
and
of
he was
people
pretty
that's
upset because
not
I thought he
enough,
was,
traffic
you
stop,
know?
and you actually
Yeah.
came out the car
And
very
then,
you know,
great.
under the
It
influence.
is
Because I asked him, and he
frustrating.
was
Oh, it
8
is
years old.
frustrating.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels because
like,
I'm
that's
out of the
sobriety
car
is now
now.
I'm
Why
gonna
am
sit
I
in
out
the
of
back
the
seat
car?
and watch all this, and it sucks too, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Good, how are you?
While they waited, the talk shifted to personal stories, but in the background, the kids still watched the cops treat their parents like criminals. When young people grew up thinking it was normal for police to humiliate families without reason, tomorrow, no one would ask questions. That was the dangerous lesson children should never learn, and it seemed to me that's exactly what the cops wanted here.
Last two, you have the car for me, please.
Are we allowed to get? Are we allowed to? Okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to move. God damn it, man. This is so wrong. Sorry, kids. Sorry, Callie.
I really need you to call me and get you guys.
Am I allowed to turn around and look at what's going on right
You
now?
can absolutely watch this. Just
Okay.
do not get close to the vehicle.
No, I'll still be on the vehicle. Just ask.
The K-9 team finally arrived, and the family waited in fear for what the dog might find in the car. The irony was they knew nothing was there, but the very fact that people were forced to wait for an animal to prove innocence showed how twisted the presumption of innocence had become. Here, the citizen had to prove he was clean, instead of the cops proving otherwise.
I'll let you know when I'm done, okay?
Dan, just stay back. Let the dog do its thing, please.
I love you.
Yeah, we'll be at Mam's.
Right side.
Right side of my car?
Where you are?
Yeah. Yeah, just line up along those two doors if you want.
Yeah. Can I hand her the phone since she's in front? So video. May I hand her the phone?
Yeah, I'm here. Y'all have every.
Make sure I'm doing whatever you want me to do.
The cops tried a new talk and offered to speak in private away from the kids. Wow, congratulations. It only took them half an hour to come up with that. I wondered how they even thought of it. Jokes aside, wasn't it a bit hypocritical to suggest that only after the damage had already been done?
Good boy.
I'm gonna start a fresh day with you guys. Honesty goes the best way with me. If there's anything you'd like to talk about, we can talk about it away from the children. But this is where we're gonna start, okay? Okay.
No.
Nothing you want to talk about?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, so go ahead.
Okay. All right. Just hang out right here, please. Don't move away from the
Tell her to come get you guys, please.
How is that possible?
The talk shifted to the driver's job, and the cop questioned him about the electricians' union, cities, and hospitals where he had worked. And what did his career have to do with reasonable suspicion? Well, if nothing else, every second showed us how pointless all this was, just like their role in the system.
You said you're an electrician?
Yeah.
You in the union?
No.
Or is that a thing down here?
I don't know if it is or isn't, but I'm with a company that travels a lot, does hospitals and things of that nature. So
Cool. Like internal stuff?
I'm
Like
sorry?
internal wiring and stuff like that? Or you do
Like I do specialty rooms and just the general electrical stuff for the hospital from start to finish. Not the controls, but like just your general electrical stuff. Guess on the door.
I moved from Illinois, and their union was a big thing there, IBW.
So you supposed to stop your
National Brotherhood of Electric Workers or something.
Yeah.
I think they have a hall out of Charleston, but I just don't know how many contractors like actually are joined, like going with the union. But there's like the main workforce in Illinois was the carpenters union, laborers union, and
We are on
everything like that.
Yeah, we're in the neighborhood.
In Oxford.
Hartford
we're
and
on
Oxford.
Oxford and Hartford.
If you know that he's changed over.
Thank you.
The only thing I have is my medication.
What's your medication?
How far do you travel?
You can. Okay, I'm sorry.
How far do you travel?
For work?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been as far as, well, I started in the DC area. That's where we were from initially.
Okay.
Then I moved south and got on with this company. And since then, I've done the...
As the family talked about jobs and moving, the tension grew. The passengers just wanted it to end. That's where the real power gap shows. A citizen begging to go home, cops having the luxury to stall. Except they shouldn't have that luxury. Not with so many real criminals waiting to be caught. Yet these cops wasted most of their shift on a family with kids. Really?
Children's Hospital in Charleston. Then from there, I went to Brunswick, Georgia. Yep, that's exactly right. Then I went to Brunswick, Georgia. Did Southeast Georgia Hospital. Then we went to, I guess, Northern South Carolina. Well, the job was in Belmont, North Carolina, but we lived still in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a hospital up there, Claremont Regional Medical Center. And then I don't know. After that, now I'm here at Roper.
How long are y'all usually on a set job for? I was gonna say it's
like
gotta be hard.
2 to 3 years at most, but two is
Really?
more like 2 years. Yeah.
I was wondering that because I always see like different parts of the hospital like blocked off for XYZ stuff, and I was doing the metal stud framing on the inside of a hospital, or they were building an extension, and gosh, we have to like.
Cat, please, babe, please, just let this finish. Let this finish, please. I just want to leave. I just want to go,
Stay right
babe.
there where you were at. Okay.
What if they put something
Stand
in our car?
right. Everything they're doing is on.
Yeah, but you guys don't give us anything.
Mom, stop.
The cops told a story about a man whose dog had supposedly found a pill in his car. They used that to justify why the canine had to search everywhere. But look at the contradiction. They admitted the dog reacted to nerves, not drugs. So if you got nervous because they harassed you, that made you suspicious. That's a vicious circle that guaranteed abuse.
You think
I just don't trust
we're
the
pieces
dog.
that are just about like out here trying to claim
Maybe not you,
take you to jail?
not you specifically.
No, but hear me out though. If y'all really don't have in the car, then we don't give a shit. We want to go find the people that do have in the car.
I don't understand how the
That
dog
doesn't
made
make
it.
sense. I don't either.
That's
It fascinates the
bothering
heck out of
me, honestly.
Dog work fascinates the heck out of me,
Yeah,
man.
my grandmother
Honestly,
owned
if
this
I was
car.
at the sheriff's office long enough to become a handler, I would love to, just to know how the dogs work.
I got this car from my grandmother, so nobody that's ever done drugs has owned this car. So, well, maybe in my past, but
Dude, I had a guy that had nothing on his record. The stop went the exact same as how this did now. The dog alerted to the vehicle. The dude was just nervous just because he was nervous, because he straight up told me, he's like, bro, like, I hang out with people who have done shit before, or that I know like might do some drugs, and he borrowed my car or XYZ, whatever the situation was, and like sure enough, in the console there was like a pill that tested positive for like fentanyl pill in his console, and he freaked out. But since he had no drug charges, like obviously.
The kids were still waiting while the parents tried to comfort them. That was maybe the saddest part of the whole scene. The family apologized to the children even though they had done nothing wrong. And even though we had already said it, just imagine once more what was going through these kids' minds. The cops were playing a dirty game, but not for long.
Obviously, I worked with him and made sure that he got just had to do like a pre-trial intervention class, yada yada, this and that, and the third, and then everything got dropped. But
right.
It's just happens, okay? Especially if you're sitting here saying like, oh, in your past, you don't know.
Yeah, way in my past, but yeah, I don't associate with people that do that stuff anymore. So nobody borrows my cars, none of that jazz. So I do understand your story, though. I'm not trying to be argumentative.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying like.
I'm sorry, Barbara. It'll be done soon.
Sorry that you're going through this.
Well, I think they're gonna come back in the fall.
I'd be so pissed if I was on TV right now. Oh, that'd make it a million times worse.
I remember watching live TV and that one chase.
He's got a squiddy
Going
cat.
down this way, yeah.
He's got a squiddy like you do.
You got one of those too? Which one you
Different
got?
color. What color's yours?
Red and black, I believe.
Oh, so it is the same.
Is it the one that's got whenever like the black side has the fire in the eyes? Real angry?
No. But I went to my friend's house over the weekend for a sleepover, and I saw the one that
I
had
think-
fire in the eyes.
I think that information's in there if you want to see it.
The parents begged for someone to take the kids home, but the cops refused. So even though the children are neither participants nor witnesses to any real crime, they were treated like hostages of the procedure. If this was called safety, then it was the cruelest meaning of the word. And if this doesn't make your blood boil, honestly, I don't know what will.
Ken, hold on. Please stay where you are, babe, and just let the kids go. Please.
Go ahead, kids.
Can the kids go with? Are the kids allowed to go with? Oh. Don't get involved. Please don't get involved. Just, I'm not leaving.
I just need them to take my kids. Okay.
I'm staying right here. Stay in the car.
Stay in the car. You can take kids.
Callie, stay with Zane, please.
Don't get on there. I'm just videoing you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Me too. Me too, baby. Clearly there's nothing in there. Come on.
As expected, the cops found nothing in the family's car, but of course, we knew it long ago and it meant nothing to them. It was only a hope that they might find something to justify an arrest and cover everything up they had done. And honestly, I hope for this family, for the sake of their kids, they won't let it just slide but would sue them and teach them a lesson. If you think this was bad, just wait, because the next video will shock you even more. Some cops take corruption and abuse to a whole new level, proving there's no limit on how low they'll go. Stick around, because what you're about to see will make you question everything even more.